Hello everybody, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here for Mr. Snow Gardener's budget. We also have Mr. Snow Gardener back for some more savings challenges. I'm going to do savings challenges, so we're going to budget, cash stuff, and save money for our goals. So let's go ahead and jump into this.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Let's get started budgeting. We've got all the cash. I just went to the bank. I withdrew the cash that he needed for his budget. We're going to walk through this budget very quickly. It is very similar to all of his other budgets. His paycheck is quite a bit smaller than some of his last paychecks have been, but that just means that he got some much needed time off. So no worries financially as far as that goes. So for his paycheck, he had $2,464.90. And for a rollover, he's going to go ahead and use $500 out of his account. And so that equals $2,964.90. We're going to go ahead and round that down to $2,900. We are going to go ahead and get the mortgage paid. And so this mortgage is due July 1st. So, a couple weeks before, we always try to do that. And if you're brand new here, my husband is a complete month ahead on his bills. So truly, this mortgage payment here, could go for 8-1 if we needed it to. And so mortgage $2,000, we are paying extra on our mortgage. That is going to be something that you're going to see in the future. We are going to start working towards paying even more down on our mortgage. And then he had a small amount for, I think, a subscription or something on Cabela's for $39.93. So we went ahead and cash flowed that. We do have a roundup here of 1007 going to Australia. So with that roundup, we've got $2,050 going to his bills. That leaves him $850. He doesn't have any spending money down here or any money going into my wallet or anything like that this time. So no worries. And actually, it's funny because I have my wallet there. Let me move that out of the way. One less thing to worry about. He still does have spending money. It's just in another account. So now we're just going to come over into our sinking funds. He is going to fund his subscription fund, garbage, land tax, Sam's Club, home, motorcycle insurance, guy things and stuff, and savings challenges, all with this paycheck. The rest of his sinking funds will be with the next paycheck. And so, of course, these are all very similar to the normal amounts. For land tax, I did go ahead and bump it up $15 to get a little bit more going to Australia. Guy things and stuff is going to get $200. Savings challenges is going to get $300 so that he has some money to put it towards his savings challenges. So that is $800 going into sinking funds. He's got $50 left over. That's for a rollover. And then for Australia, he's putting $25.07. This money right here goes into a high yield savings account. We prefer Capital One, but of course you can use anywhere that has high yield. And we just have a sinking fund, or not a sinking fund, a high yield savings account named Australia. That's literally what it's named for, so we know exactly where that money is going. So that's his budget, you guys. Very, very simple to create. We've got our cash breakdown here for myself to break down the funds. Now, before we can do the cash stuffing, we do need to go through what we have here. So I do have $300 in placeholders. And so he is going to put $300 into other high yield savings accounts. We've got our cash breakdown. I do have these on my Etsy shop and my website. So let's go ahead and grab the ones. We're going to put those aside for now because we're going to go through those and look for our bucks that we're saving. So we're going to start off today with doing our bucks. So we've got 50, 20s, 10s, 5s, all of that good stuff. Most of these smaller bills are for savings challenges. I do have one A-buck that I got for change for a coffee the other day. So we're going to go ahead and go through these bills and take the G-bucks, the D-bucks, and the A-bucks and see how much we can save of Mr. Snow Gardener's money to go towards these savings challenges that we have. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say there. Also, those bills were stuck together. These ones look like, man, they are rough. Wow. Just got these from the bank, as I said, and yeah, they look so bad. I do miss when my bank didn't have the counting machine because my tellers used to sit there with a flat iron and iron all the bills out so they were in much better shape. Now I just get all the wrinkly tore bills and it makes me super sad. I also went really quick through these dollar bills. I obviously didn't do a good job before filming and went ahead and faced all of them. But same thing we're always doing is just pulling all of the bills out. That G-Buck was actually really nice. So is that one and that one. Okay, these bills are a little bit better. There for a second, those bills that we had were pretty gross. It's amazing how gross money gets. And then I always look at our money, and then I watch other people doing cash stuffing around the world, and it always makes me sad at how boring our money is. I'm going to go ahead and put this money off to the side because that's just going to go into savings challenges for Mr. Snow Gardener. But let's go ahead and see what we can figure out for how much we have to go towards each category. Of course, a ton of G and D bucks. A couple A bucks, I believe, if I saw correctly. I hope there's one more. I know there's one more at the very bottom. But nope, that was the one I had already. So 1 A buck out of 100 is what I got this time. But that's okay. It happens, right? And so let's pull this out. If I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we needed one more A buck. I'm so sad. Let me grab out my dot marker. So we only got 2. We needed 3 to be able to put our $25 into the bank to start earning some interest. But that's okay. Hopefully next time. And I just swallowed my spit wrong, so hopefully I don't start coughing. Do you guys ever do that? It's like being a human. It's like, all right, a little cough. I'm going to leave that in. You guys are welcome. All right, D-Bucks. How many do we have here? Oh, it looks like we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D is for diving or vacation, so that should be 25. Let's count this out, make sure it's 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we do have $25 going in there today. So let's go ahead and mark these 5 off. And then we have extra, and I think this one is still on the same color. Yes, we need one more G-Buck, so we'll finish that one out. I just wanted to make sure before I picked a marker that I wasn't picking something that was being used for another challenge. Ooh, we're going to do this green. So how many more D-Bucks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not too shabby. 7 D-Bucks going to a diving or vacation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is the new color, and I will use that one, of course, on G-Bucks as well. So according to this right here, I only need 1 more G-Buck. So let's grab it out. This will go towards the garden. My garden is doing so much better. I was able to spend a couple days in the garden. I took the whole day and spent it in the garden, and it was super nice. I still have a lot to do, and when I say garden, I just mean yard. I mean flowers. I have rhubarb in my backyard. I have horseradish. I have a couple things that come back every year. I have raspberries, stuff like that, but I did not plant anything new as far as vegetables this year, and it makes me kind of sad. So let's make sure we've got $25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We sure do. All right, now we've got a good stack there as well. So how many more do we get to add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more dollars going towards garden. And so let's go ahead and put 11 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. These look so pretty when they start getting filled up with all of these fun colors. All right, so that's our bucks. Easy peasy. Then we've got Mr. Snow Gardener's binder. And I just dropped another binder on the floor. It's a good thing there's no Yorkie right there because it fell into a Yorkie bed. They're outside because it is beautiful outside. And yes, I am filming right now with a sweatshirt. I don't know what it is outside, but our house stays pretty cool, which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. So when I'm working in my office and not moving around a lot, I get cold. So I did put a sweatshirt on. All right, that's neither here nor there. So we are going to go ahead and start off by putting $200 into Guy Things and Stuff. We're going to use 2 placeholders for this. And this is basically spending money for my hubby is what it is. Just money that he's set aside for things that he wants to buy. And then he is going to fund subscriptions, and he needs $40 for subscriptions, so 20 and 40. $40 going into that. Garbage is going to go ahead and get $30, so $20 and $30 for garbage. Motorcycle insurance is going to go ahead and get $20. I need to reassess how much money we are putting in this because he did already pay for this year. I believe it was due this month, but he's already paid for it, so we're actually saving for next year. So I need to reassess that one. Nothing for clothing, nothing for PTO this time, unfortunately. So we have got that. Now let's go ahead and get into the adulting binder. And so let me check these off. So we did subscriptions, we did garbage, we did motorcycle insurance and guy things and stuff. So we should have land tax, Sam's, and home in this one. So land tax is going to go ahead and get $45. So 20, 40, and 5. Then nothing for pets this time. We've got home. That's going to go ahead and get $50. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and put a $100 placeholder into Sam's Club. That's it for the cash stuffing, you guys, because the rest of this is his savings challenge money. So, of course, it's not quite $300 because we did take the dollars that went into the red binder. So let's go ahead and turn this over to Mr. Snow Gardener.
Hello, Snow Gardener fans. Welcome back to Savings Challenges with me, Mr. Snow Gardener. And I'm happy to be back with y'all. And on that note, we will jump right on in. I think I'm going to start off with the pirate ship. Because it's my savings challenge and I'll do what I want. Got $2. And $9. $11, and that'll be 15. I only have one scratch off left, so I'm just gonna do it. So I got 15 and 7 is 22. I have a whole lot of scratch off dust to vacuum up. And I've completed another savings challenge, and that was $22. $22. All right. Move that very fancy pirate ship off to the side here, since it's all done. And I think we'll jump into General Greenback. I'm just going to color in all of these, I think. For $15. And I messed up because I've been waiting to do this one to let the marker dry. But that'll be alright. It should be dry by the end of the video, and I can keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not very good at talking and using my hands at the same time, so I'm not going to do it. Colored in the star, so I'm just going to call that 5. For an even 20 to go into the General Greenback Fund. I'll set this off to the side so it can dry. While I'm doing that, I'll jump in here, and I wasn't able to do this one last time because I couldn't remember the rules for Shut the Box. Put that right there, that way I can remember. Alright, so I got a 3. We'll just do 3. I like that orange marker. And a 5. A 6. Nine. Oh boy. So I'm gonna do, I guess I'm just gonna go for the 8 and the 2 for my 10. And now I'm gonna roll a 2 because that's all I have. So I got the 7. Oh my goodness. And 11. And it is physically impossible for me to roll a 1 right now to shut the box. So I didn't shut the box. So I'm going to, I guess, put $1 into my thing here. It's kind of an odd start to my shut the box savings challenge, but I guess I'll take it. And we'll get with Mrs. Snowgardener later on and see if I'm doing that right, because I didn't even ask her the question about that, and I also wasn't expecting to have a shut the box on the first round, so I need to figure out what happens if I do that too. All right, we'll let that one. Oh. I'm gonna throw a little sticky note on this so I don't mess up. Since I colored that in, I need it to dry. All right. Jump into this dive deep into savings challenge here with the $20. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Ozzy the Australian Bandit here. Use a different color today. We'll do 2, 4, 6, and 8. But I also think I'm going to do one of these very nice scratch offs for $3 more. $3 more. Grab the vacuum, put the colored pencil away, and get my savings challenge put away. And we'll move on to the tattoo savings challenge, which we discovered was a big challenge last time. Makes a lot of sense. Tattoos are kind of expensive. That's $24. And let's see. $22. That's $46 total. I was kind of hoping that one would bump it up over $50. heck with it. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. All right, so I got a 50 and 46. That's going to make my video be pretty dang short this time. 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46. My wife's gonna yell, not yell, she's gonna laugh at me. 42, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's $96 going into my $500 tattoo savings challenge. Mistakes were made. I keep trying to push that in there and it doesn't belong in there. Okay. And that looks like it's dry. Get the Turtly Awesome Savings Challenge out here. Grab my D20. Oh my goodness, and it was a 20. Find my pin that I've been using. And just for grins, I'll do the last one, and it's going to be a 4. 10 and 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I have 3 turtles to color in here, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. A little bit of coloring and talking. I hope you guys enjoy watching me color without a whole lot of background noise. That's going to be a 5 and 1 for 6. And then I've got 3 scratch offs on the other side of that one, and it will be complete. All right, so this time, I finished General Greenback. I didn't finish General Greenback. I finished off the Counterfeiter. I am working on Partner with Penny, and it looks like my next one's going to be Master Misfortune. So it says, sounds like Misfortune could use a visit from Miss Manners. Teach her a lesson by rolling 2d6 dice to knock out the numbers, saving the amount of each spot until they are all gone. Interesting. Move this D20 out of the way. I got snake eyes. That's wild. Oh, I almost dropped my marker. Six on the dice. Eight on the dice. Let me see total. And that'll be $23 there, right? Yeah, $23. 2 and 3. There's $23 more to go in my general greenback envelope. I'll throw this back off to the side and let it dry out some. Get those stuffed in that envelope. And we will do, let's see. My wife got me some of these Dicetroplis games from Ready Budget Go. That's the same outfit that does the General Greenback book. It says it's a collection of 12 fun dice-based games for the lighthearted saver. And I think we'll just start off with Boston. It says, roll 3d6 dice. Set aside the die showing the highest number and write that value in column for roll 1. Re-roll the remaining 2 dice. Again, set aside the die showing the highest number and write that value in column for roll 2. Re-roll the last remaining die. Write the value rolled in the column for roll 3. Add the value for all 3 columns and save that amount. Okay. So I got 2 6s and a 4. I think I will do a 6. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess of my hands. 2 3 4s. Wow. Uh-oh. I'm going to re-roll that one. And a 5. So that's going to be 15. For my first go on Boston. That's pretty fun. Not a huge game player, but I think I'm going to enjoy these. Okay. Looks like Misfortune's page is dry, so I'll backtrack to partner with Penny and do some scratch offs here. There's $12. And $11 for $23 again. That's interesting. $23 has been my go-to this go round, apparently. $10, $20, $21, $22, $23. And I think that's going to be it for General Greenback today. We have not done my 52-week savings challenge yet today. Let's find me a marker. We'll color in that 44. There's 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's $44 going into the 52-week savings challenge. That challenge is from Mischief Managed Budgets and Champagne's Corner. It's a beautiful challenge. It's a big challenge, but I like it. And that money goes into this envelope. I have my little finish out the episode savings challenge here. Let's go with 15, 16, 17. A 9. And a 5. And a 3. Now give me $17. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 16, and 17. And that's why we like having this challenge around. It makes it real easy to finish things out without having to do an IOU. I cannot pick this savings challenge up for some reason. There we go. Again, everybody, I like to thank you for joining me on my savings challenge journey. I appreciate all your support for my wife and her channels. And on that note, until we meet again, keep on smiling, as Miss Snow Gardener says. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
A huge thank you to Mr. Snow Gardener for having fun with the savings challenges and bringing us along with him. Now, when I went to the bank for Mr. Snow Gardener, I did exchange some bills for myself. I needed some more ones and I needed some other bills. So I've got 100 new ones here for myself as well. So we're going to go ahead and do some more in the red binder. So let's see what we can get. I do need to face these as I go through them, and then we're going to jump into savings challenges. I am going to go ahead and fast forward you guys this time so you're not sitting here watching me struggle as I go through all of these bills. All right, not as much in that 100 as there was in Mr. Snow Gardener's 100, but let's see what else we get to add. I am super excited to see there was a couple A-bucks in there, so there was better for that. But the rest of them, not as many, which is A-okay. That's just how it goes sometimes. You never know. All right, so let's grab this red binder out again. And of course, I set my dot markers aside. I don't know what I was thinking. And so we are going to be able to go ahead and add our money in for Australia as well. That means $75 in ones is going back to the bank because all we need is $1 for Australia there. So let's pick that one out. Let's make sure, let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 25 hard-earned A-bucks. And then we're going to go ahead and jump to the same green that the other ones are using just to make our life a little bit easier. So for right now, at least, we're using the same color. So $1 towards our next 25. And then we have got our D-bucks. And let's see, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 D-bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So almost halfway there. And then for our G-bucks, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, way better on G-bucks. So 10 more G-bucks to add into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wow, we only need 4 more G-bucks, and then there will be another $25 going into garden. All right, so that is our bucks. Now I've got all of my cash sitting here for my savings challenges. We are going to do a couple different savings challenges today, but we are still going to focus on our June binder because, of course, we are trying to make our emergency fund goal this month. And then once we reach that, we're going to start working on our mortgage. So let's go ahead and do a 2025 and 2025. This right here was for emergency fund. If you missed the last video, I went ahead and cashed out $1,100 of the 2025, moved it into emergency fund. So this one is now for travel. For this, we need to go ahead and roll a D12. So let's go ahead and roll it. We've got 11. That's this one right here. I say we go ahead and knock another big one out. So we're going to go ahead and do $35 today, you guys. Let's get rid of these big ones. 35. That is a big one that's been looking over us for a while. So 20, 30, and 5. I want to see what's the next biggest one we've got. We've got a 30 here. We've still got a 33. 33 and 130. So those are our next two biggest numbers. So we're going to go ahead and add this into our Save 2025 and 2025. And I still have not done my binder, you guys. And I'm okay with that because that happens, right? It happens, it happens. But now the question is, yes, 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 you guys, we can go ahead and put $100 in the bank for this. And of course, you guys know me. I've got my sticky notes right here. We're going to add this into our pile of money going back to the bank. I try to get money back into the bank whenever I can. So we also need a placeholder for that. Ooh, I almost dropped my calculator on the floor. So let's go ahead and grab a $100 placeholder and add it into this. And of course, now instead of being for emergency fund, though, this is for travel. It is a lot of fun to be able to change some of my priorities in my budgeting life. And so 2025. Now we're going to go ahead and do Shut the Box. And this round is going to emergency fund. And when I look at this right here, we've got 3 rows left. We're going to go ahead and do those 3 rows. And so we're going to be putting some money into Shut the Box or emergency fund, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and start off my little sticky note right there because I know it's going to happen. I need to grab the dot markers that we were using. Those are the wrong markers, Marlene. You got to have the right markers. So we were using the dark blue and the teal. So I think it's that one and this one. If it's not, well, that's what we're using anyway. We're going to go ahead and use 2 of these big dice that I got from my mom. And so let's go ahead and roll these. We're going to keep the 2 highest dice. Well, there's 3 of them, so that means we've got to have a roll off. So the 2 biggest dice, so a 3 and a 2. Those are what we're going to do. I don't know why I wanted to do it that way this time. It just is what it is, right? And I don't use these in my dice tower because they're too big, but I really love them. And I got these, I saved from my mom. My mom passed away 5 years ago, but these were in their house and I was like, I'm grabbing them because I know that she's the one that got them. So we've got a 6. We forgot to say no whammies, no whammies, big bucks, big bucks. And we got a 7. So let's see, let's get some good numbers here. We got an 8. All right. We got another 6. So we're going to go ahead and do a 5 and a 1. So we've got a 9, 2, 3, and 4 left. So we got a 12. And so we can go ahead and do a 9 and a 3. So we've got a 2 and a 4. So I've got a choice here. When I get to 6 or less, I can roll 1 dice. And that is what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and roll it. I got a 5. That is not what we needed. So we are going to be adding $6 for that round right there. So $6. Let's color this 2 and this 4 in. And let's go ahead and do the next round. Let's see how good we can do. All right, we got a 4. We need to say no whammies, no whammies, big bucks, big bucks. We got a 9. And we got another 4. So we're going to do a 3 and a 1. Come on, we need big bucks, big bucks. And we got an 8. We'll take that one. We got another 8. So we're going to have to do a 6 and a 2. All right. So we've got a 5 and a 7 left. And we got an 11. So no, we needed 1 more there. If we would have had 1 more there, we would have shut the box. So $12 more going into our goals, right? Goals, hashtag life goals. Uh-oh. I didn't even get a chance to say no whammies, big bucks. If you are not familiar with my silliness and the no whammies and the big bucks, that comes from a game show. In the game of Shut the Box, a whammy is exactly what we've rolled. And the reason why is, of course, there is only one way to get 2 on the board by itself. So if we roll this again, we are stuck paying for all of this. So big bucks, big bucks, big bucks, no whammies, no whammies. Okay, there's an 8. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed. There's an 11, which we love. We're going to go ahead and do 7 and 4. All right, come on, come on. We got a 6. We got a 4, so we can do a 3 and a 1. Okay, we can breathe easily now. We've got a 9 and a 5, so a 9 or a 5. And we got a 6. Okay, no, that was okay because, whew, when I roll those snake eyes right off the bat, I get so scared that I am going to owe so much money. All right, so that round of Shut the Box is all done. So let's grab out all the money from Shut the Box. This is going into emergency fund today, and I am so excited about that. I have no idea how we did this time. And then, you guys, we are going to go ahead and play Dicetroplis 2, brand new from my friend Drew over at Buddy. I don't know why I said that. Budget, ready, go. And yes, I know I've got all kinds of little bills, but it will be okay, you guys. We will swap them out. I do have some larger bills if we need them, if I don't have them over to the side, so that I can keep some of the smaller ones. So let's see, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do 5 plus 5, and 10 is a 20. And let's see, we can do another 20. And then from my little stash of cash over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a 50. So I am going to put this 50 back in this and not in the tray. You guys will notice that. I try very hard to keep the cash straight. So let's see, what did we get? Not as big of a round, but still a great round. I'll take it. This is going to emergency fund. So we have 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, $89 going to emergency fund. And I mean, I guess that means we did really good playing Shut the Box, right? That's what that means. So Shut the Box, $89. And so we'll be adding this to emergency fund. Yay! All right, now let's go ahead and get to our Dicetroplis 2. So I need to grab out a different marker. I like using the wet erase markers on here. And of course, Mr. Snow Gardener loves these wet erase because they do have, I think he calls it like a little paintbrush on the one side. And that is what it's like. And it does say brush. But you can see that they're really nice to color things in, and then it's just got the fine point. I do have these down below in the comments or in the doobly-doo down below. I don't tell you guys this to make 2 cents commission off of it from Amazon, but I do tell you because I really like them. And I like using them on these from Drew because I want to be able to reuse these over and over and over. Okay, so for this, we have to roll 2 dice. It is kind of like Shut the Box, what we just played, except for there's only 6, right? And so it is just a smaller version, and he calls them, add them up. And so let's see what we get. So we got a 5. All right, let's see. We got an 8. So we can do a 6 and a 2. So we've got a 1, 3, and a 4. And so we got a 4 and a 3. Ooh, look at that, you guys. And so now, obviously I can't roll more than 1 dice because there's no way with 2 dice I could get a 1. All right, so we rolled a 4. And so I believe, let me make sure, total number. Yep, so we're going to save $1 for that round. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and play again. So we got a 7. So we're going to do the 6 and the 1. And we got a 9. We'll do a 5 and a 4. And a 3 and a 2. Okay, so what do we call that? It just says all of them. And let's see, what does it say? Right here, I saved $10 for that one. Let's go ahead and play one more round of this, shall we? And we got a 6. We got a 2. We got that snake eyes. And we got a 5. And we got a 7. Wow, you guys. All right, so now we need a 1. And we did not get it, so we'll save a 1. We're going to keep going, you guys. We're going to keep going. We got a 9. We got an 11. And it does not say, it does say 1 or 2. But guess what, Drew? We're making up our own rules. We're going to do 5, 4, and 2, which means we've got 1 left again. And we got a 6, so we're going to save $1. This is going to go to emergency fund today. You guys, we're going to go into game number 2 next time. I didn't know I was doing this many, but why the heck not? A 6 and a 1. This is a good one for those of you guys that are a little bit intimidated by the big Shut the Box. So we've got a 6, so we can do a 4 and a 2. So we've got a 5 and a 3 left. And guess what, you guys? That's right, we got it. So we're going to grab another 10. That was fun, Drew. I like that one. I love new dice games. I think I'm addicted to dice games. But hey, there are much worse addictions to have. And instead of being at the casino playing craps in the casino getting all my money, I'm putting it towards my goals. All right, so we have got $23 here. But we do have money in here. Where are you, Dicetroplis? There you are. We have a whopping $5 in there. And then, you guys, our next game we're going to play is called Countdown. I have no idea. We'll read the rules the next time. But this Dicetroplis 2 has not disappointed yet. And I'm sure Mr. Snow Gardener will like to play it once he gets done with Dicetroplis as well. And of course, if you are one of my members, you know that I bought some extra Dicetroplis, especially for my members, to do a giveaway for them. If you are interested in giveaways and such, you do have to be one of my members. And that includes all membership levels. So even the 99-cent level gets entered for drawings. Sorry, I can't talk and write at the same time, apparently. So Add 'em Up is going to get 28 bucks. I can't believe how good we did on that one. That really surprised me. So $28, there we go. And so now I'm looking around, making sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. We are just going to go ahead and jump straight into the June binder. I was trying to decide if we should do our Pop It or our Shut the Box. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do Pop It. We have got Froggy Fun. And this is a small little baby challenge. This is part of the Pop It book. And so let's do this one. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. The vacay. We're doing the treasure hunt in the other book. We'll wait on that one. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this one out. We're just going to scratch them all. We're going to vacuum them off. These are only 1 to 3. This is going to my pet emergency fund, which, boy, does my pet emergency fund need some more funds because the Yorkies are just using up all that money. So that's $4 plus 3 is 7 plus 3 is 10. I'm going to go ahead and vacuum that, and I'm going to throw the 10 there because I don't want to mess up. And we've got $2 and $1, which is $3, plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. All right, so let's get this added into our pet, shall we? So 5 and 6, so $16 more for that. And let's go ahead and grab our Life's a Beach. And this is going to go, no, not Life's a Beach. Whew, not Life's a Beach money. Our Pop It money. Oh my goodness, I can't get this paper clip back on. Life is a struggle, you guys. Life is a struggle. And so for Pop It, so far we had $30. And so this is going to pets. So we've got $46. And of course, it does not matter what amount, every amount adds up. So that's going to go into the bank. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And then that way we're done with that one. Next, we've got Ribbit Ribbit, Puzzle Fun. We have got Birthday Fun. It's puzzling. And you guys, we are almost to the back of this book. We've got another birthday one and Reach for the Stars. So we've still got quite a few challenges. This book comes with so many. We've got lots of coloring challenges in this one. I think this is a good beginner book because it, has a lot of challenges for you. It is affordable. You can get it laminated or unlaminated. If you get it unlaminated, you basically just get all of the pages and the stickers on them. And then you can hole punch it and put it into whatever binder you want. And I do like that because I know everybody uses different binding systems. So we have got our Summer State of Mind. This is our June binder from Janelle Ray Budgets. And you guys, I had some questions about number 10 back here. And this is from my friend Danny over at Craft Co Budgets. This Passport to Travel Savings was a member freebie. I am not sure if she's going to put these in her shop. If you do have a question, make sure you go over to Craft Co Budgets, ask her, see if it's going to be something she's going to put in her shop. If not, I'm sorry. It was a membership freebie, and boy, it was a good one. Definitely makes me want to up my game for my membership freebies. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We've got our D10. We need our heads or tails dice. Let's get this started. So we have got 3 in tails, and I'm hoping that we can add some more money into emergency fund today. Forgot to get out my markers. Yes, I've got all kinds of markers out, but I put these ones in my desk drawer because I wanted all my strawberries to be the same. So my strawberries are $5 a piece. And on one of the previous videos, you guys told me that I forgot to put $5 in for one of the strawberries I colored. Thank you so much. And it was so weird. I messed up somewhere. You guys know I'm always making mistakes, but I had a $1 bill in there somehow. And of course, with just having this side and having $5 strawberries, there's no way that could be right. So $5, there we go, you guys. I added it in. 1 challenge down without a mistake. 5 and tails. Just because there was no mistake on that one doesn't mean there won't be any. Oh, here we go. We've got a strawberry. And strawberries, I had said the strawberries on this page were $5 as well. So $5 there. And we've got 6 in heads. This is a no spend challenge, but I've made it work for me in the book. And I have said this time that we're going to say $1 a roll, and we're going to do 2 of them so we can get through them faster. And we got 6 in heads again. And we are just using the pink because it's right there, and it matches the strawberry book so good. As I always say on all of the challenges, make them your own, make them work for yourself. Okay, so we've got this amazing number 10, and we're going to move our book off to the side for this 10 because it is just beautiful. So this, like I said, I just told you guys about it, is from Craft Co. Budgets. I'm going to pick a boarding pass, and I'm feeling orange today. This says it's from DC to LA, and we need to scratch one of the passport stickers. We're going to scratch this purple one right here. And, ooh, this is Greece. Oh, Athens. That is on my bucket list, you guys. Greece is definitely somewhere I would love to travel. So that is $3 there. So I'm going to save 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then I have to find it on my passport. So my passport, Greece, right there, $4. So we're going to go ahead and color in the $4. And we've got to save the $4 as well. So let's go ahead and put one of these dollars here, grab the 5. So then we've got $7 going into this. And yeah, what a fun idea. And so we only roll 10 once, or we only allow ourselves to stuff it once because it's not going towards our main goals. So this is going towards vacation. I'm going to go ahead and swap those 2 5s out really quick, you guys. So at the end, we don't have to do it. So 10 is done. If we roll a 10, we get to pick a different challenge to do. And so we've got 8 and tails. So 8 and tails. Ooh, 8 and tails is almost done, you guys. This one right here, we need this money to go into the emergency fund. $1 this time. So $1, $1. And we've got 4 in heads. Let's go ahead and scratch that. And we've got $8. Woo! That one was a little spendy. The vacuum sometimes doesn't want to work. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we got 3 in heads. 3 in heads is all done. So we're going to color another strawberry. One more strawberry for this one too. I wonder if we can finish 3 and 8. Get this money put into the emergency fund. You guys, I am so excited to make a goal. I don't think it matters what goal you're going towards when you make a goal. It just feels so good. It's that sense of accomplishment. And of course, this is a huge goal. So the sense of achievement and the financial security that this brings me is unbelievable. When I started this journey, I oftentimes, when I'm helping people with their budgets and with goal setting, I ask people, about their goals, what they want to achieve, all of that kind of stuff. But I also often ask, where do you see yourself in 6 months? Where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I can tell you this, if somebody had helped me set up my budget 5 years ago when I started this journey, there is no way in heck that I would tell you that I saw myself without credit card debt, that I would be paying extra to the mortgage, and that I would have a $50,000 emergency fund. There is no way that I would have said that. Of course, it's absolutely amazing that through hard work, persistence, and also, honestly, life, you know, I've been able to reach this goal. So we had double or skip. I scratched a 9 with the double. So we got 18 buckaroos for that one, you guys. Woo! That one hurt. But, you know, so that's just it. You know, celebrate your small rewards and, you know, celebrate your successes. Do the best that you can to learn from the mistakes that you make and take it one day at a time. You know, if you have to, take it 1 hour at a time. You know what I mean? Because life sometimes, it can be rough. So you guys, we are going to choose to finish out number 3. This is our final strawberry we get to color. I'm kind of sad because I have enjoyed coloring these strawberries this time. Chatting with you guys, all of that good stuff. So $5 more in here. And I added all $3 or all $5 for each of the strawberries. So number 3, you guys, is completely done. That's right. Number 3 heads was the first one that we had completed. And so let's see if we are actually right on this, if I corrected it. So there's $5. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 35. So we should have $70 in here. We've got 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Huge thank you to those of you guys that were like, hey, Marlene, you messed up. You forgot, you know, $5. So 3 tails, $70 going into the bank. And I just had a members only video where I was talking to my members about, you know, my goals, my life, feeling, you know, almost a little bit unrelatable. And of course, my members have put some amazing comments on there and everything. And it's so much fun to have a positive sounding board, to have this community to where I can talk to people about, you know, my goals, things like that, and have good feedback. Sorry, I couldn't think what I wanted to say. So $20. I didn't mess around with this one right here. Number 9, for each roll, $10, and you have to do it twice. So this is for my trip coming up with my son going to the UK in July. So this is just going to be some extra spending money for me. Might be food in the airport. It might be, you know, something like that. So 9 and 10, if we roll either of those, we're done. Or we're going to pick a different one. We're going to pick 8 and tails. Can we get 8 and tails? Come on, 8 and tails. What do we get? Ooh, we did not, but we got 9 and we just filled it. So that means, you guys, we get to finish 8 and tails too. Yay! So $4 more and our cash is almost out, you guys. We've just got ones left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now I've got to add all of these up to make sure that we're only grabbing for the one side. So we've got 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 6. $50, you guys. $50 is what we've got. I think we've got a 50 in there. We sure do. So let's grab our stack right here. So we've got 8 and tails, another one finished out. 8 and tails, $50. And of course, you know, talking about reaching goals and not believing that I would be where I am today 5 years ago. When I first started this journey, you guys, there was no savings challenges. There wasn't extra money to save. I had $1,000 saved, and then it all went to debt and such. So in the beginning, I didn't use savings challenges for debt either, because I didn't even want to spend the money on savings challenges. That's how committed I was in the beginning. And so depending on what you find motivating and what you think you want to do, just make sure you set goals, you know, decide what you want to do and do what's best for you. So $5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, you guys, that was absolutely perfect. Did you see that? We ended right on the dollar. So we are going to do a bill exchange, but before we do the bill exchange, let's go ahead and get our emergency fund updated, because that is where all the eyes are right now. Let me get into my budget kit. I did just print off my July budget kit, you guys, and it's so beautiful. If you want to see what it looks like, go check out my Etsy shop. It is on there. If you want the budget kits, if you become a Georgette level member, you do get them for free every month. All right, so emergency fund. We need $370. That was as of our last video. And I'm going to scooch this down just a little bit so that I can see. And I am filming this on the 12th, you guys, but you're not going to see it until the 13th. So 612, we've got shut the box plus 89. We have got add them up, and that was plus 28. We have got number 3 tails and number 8 tails, both on the 12th. And so we've got plus 70 and plus 50. Wow, you guys, absolutely amazing. So 49630 plus 89. Look at that number, you guys. 49719 plus 28. Eek. I love seeing this number go up. 747 plus 70. 49817 plus 50. 49867, you guys. So if we subtract that from $50,000, we only need $133. That's as of 6/12. Wow, you guys, we are almost there. So exciting. Thanks for joining me today and for joining me along on my journey of building my emergency fund to $50,000 to paying almost $50,000 off in debt. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And we are going to go ahead and do a bill exchange with my music. A lot of you guys, for my 10-minute Mondays, you are sad because I don't play the music. And the reason why I don't is my 10-minute Mondays are always an unedited video. That's for you and for me so that you guys have some short content to watch, because I have no doubt that today's video probably is long because we have got me blabbing along, Mr. Snow Gardener doing his savings challenges and a budget. But I do appreciate you guys. And until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.